Guys, don't you just love that card? So we're going to make that today. What you will need is a piece of basic black cardstock. This is A2 size. So it is 5.5 by 8.5, fold at 4 1/4. You also will need a piece of Whisper White and a piece of gray granite. These both are measured at 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to need a piece of lemon lime twist. This one here is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. You also will need a piece of the chicken wire elements paper. So I'm using this as a stencil today. So you're going to need a sponge brayer and you're going to need black ink. I'm using my basic black. I know this is no longer available. You can use Memento ink, but I'm using this because it's wide and I just find it's helpful. But any kind of black ink will do. You also will need Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather cardstock. I took the smallest layering circle framelit and cut it out of the Highland Heather, and then this is the second scalloped, smallest scalloped circle layering framelit, and this one is Gorgeous Grape. So I'm also using a piece of gray granite textured weave ribbon for this, and this is gonna just layer across your lemon lime twist, so you want to make sure it's long enough to layer across there. And then we're using today for our stamp set, we're using the new Spooky Sweets. Look at that set, isn't that cute? And you can bundle this with the Bats punch, which is right here, or you can buy them separately, but it's cheaper to buy them in the bundle. So we're using both of these. I also am going to use the new black foil paper that's available in the catalog. We're gonna, obviously, as you can tell, we're gonna cut some bats out of there. So this card is super simple. I also did use the faceted dots. I'm using the smallest black ones on here, these guys here, the real small ones. So just one of these. What you want is a scrap piece of paper laid down, and you're gonna take your lemon lime twist paper, and you're going to use, there's a back side to this and then the front side, which is the silver. We're using the front side here, the silver, to lay down. And what I found was the best was to lay a little bit over, let it hang over a little, and then use some washi tape and stick that down. So when you use your washi tape, you want to make sure it's not on the actual cardstock. So this is just lined up at the bottom, so it's not actually on my lemon lime twist cardstock. So then you're going to take your black ink, whichever one you're using, and you're going to take a sponge brayer, and you're just going to take and just sponge it on, just like so. And you determine how dark you want it. You know, I went a little dark with it. Once you have your ink sponged on, then just be careful and pull up your washi tape, and you'll have this gorgeous background. Isn't that awesome? So now that we have our super cool background, we're going to set that aside. We're going to bring in our basic black and your gray granite. The gray granite is going to go layer right on top, so you can use any kind of adhesive you want. So I'm going to use my Fast Fuse. I know it's no longer available, but this is my go-to, and I have a lot of it. I stocked up on it. You can use any adhesive you have. So you're just going to frame this up nicely on your basic black, and then you're going to take your lemon lime twist. Before we glue it to the back here, we're going to lay your ribbon right across. I put it right in the middle, and what I did was just took some of my adhesive, put it on the back here, and then I just bend my ribbon over. And then we're just going to adhere it to the front of the card. Now you have your piece of Highland Heather that you cut out, And you're going to take the Happy Halloween stamp out of here. You're just going to stamp it in black right on the front of that. So I just use the Memento ink. You can use any type of black ink you have. Then you're just going to adhere this to your Gorgeous Grape. Then we're going to pop this up right on the front of your card with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'm just going to use a little bit of the liquid mono glue to glue these down. You don't need a whole heck of a lot of this, so just a couple of dots here or there, and then you can kind of spread it out. If you put too much on, that's when the messes start. So you just need a little bit. It's a good strong glue. And then I just put these on here randomly. And then to finish off the front of this card, I'm just using, like I said, one of the faceted dots. I'm going to use the smallest basic black one. I'm just going to put that right there on the front of the card, just like that. So on the inside of this card, you can just glue a piece of Whisper White, just plain if you want to. I'm going to show you another card that I made using the same style. So there's that card. Here's a card I did earlier. This one here is done the same way with the same background. I used smoky slate and I rolled Gorgeous Grape over it with the sponge brayer. And then I used the black ribbon on the front. And then on the inside, instead of leaving the Whisper White plain, I cut out of the layering circle framelets, one of the circles on a scrap piece of paper, and then I put it over top, and then I used a sponge dauber and used Mango Melody ink for the moon. And then I just stamped the bats in black, and I stamped there's a stamp in here that looks like mist or a steam, and I just used smoky slate to stamp that over. So super cute card, super easy. I love that background. Foil chicken element paper here. This has lasted me like a good, I want to say 15 cards now, maybe 15, 20, I don't know. I've used it a lot and it's still very durable. So that's the card. I mainly focused on the technique today. Please subscribe below and make sure you ring the bell. And also, I would love to hear your comments on this card and what do you think of the background technique that was used. And if you guys have any tips for me, I would love to hear them too. I also have a newsletter that I would love for you to subscribe to. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.